Electrostatics need special rooms. They need tall ceilings and they need to be so far away from the walls.
Actually, you don't need big, tall ceilings or a big room. Because of controlled dispersion, we're capable of sounding great in any size room, even smaller rooms.
Electrostatic speakers need expensive tube amps, and I can't just use my normal receiver.
No, not true. With some of our older product, it was more power hungry than the product that we currently make. However, the majority of people that use our product actually use a receiver instead of a large amplifier. It's certainly an option if that's what you like, but definitely not required.
I don't want electrostatics. They wear out and sound bad after just a few years.
Like any high-end product that you purchase, you do want to take proper care of them. That means don't smoke around them, don't let them get dusty, don't leave them in a dirty environment. You want to take care of them like you would any fine piece of furniture or fine piece of art that you invest in. As far as longevity goes, the stat panel will have a long life expectancy and should last as long, if not longer, than any traditional dome-based or cone-based system.
My friend the audiophile says the panels are fragile and break easily.
Electrostatic speakers are not fragile. As you can see, they can take a lot more abuse than a conventional dome driver or dynamic driver. As far as overpowering, almost indestructible. You lose many other things long before an electrostatic speaker. So fragile, they are not.
I hear they need to be plugged into the wall.
Electrostatic speakers do require some voltage. It's very low level voltage that charges the panels. You won't notice it in your electric bill whatsoever. We do have many speakers that have amplified subwoofers in them. Those, like you would expect with, say, a subwoofer or a receiver, do have to take some power from the wall. So yes, you do have to plug in our products.
A friend told me they're dangerous, that they can shock children and pets.
I heard a story once. Our previous owner actually turned the speakers up and put his tongue on the panel, and he lived. The insulation coating on there prevents any electricity from getting out and hurting the listener, and it actually doesn't matter how big an amp you put on there. We actually limit the voltage so that you can never get in a situation where you can hurt yourself.
They're very beamy. You can only be one spot. I don't want to buy these.
That misconception started back many years ago when they made electrostats flat. And the flat electrostats did beam sound. You'd have a window this big. If you moved your head out, you couldn't hear the highs. The Martin Logan curves our electrostats, giving you a very, very wide area to listen to.
Electrostatics, they have no bass. You can't feel the bass.
Early electrostatic models in the 40s and 50s did lack bass. Since we've been building electrostats, we actually build what's called a hybrid design. That means that we take advantage of what the electrostat does really well in the upper bass, the mid-range, and the treble, and we go ahead and use a traditional dynamic woofer for the low end. That allows us to have the best of both worlds. We can have deep extended bass, but still have the magic that electrostats are so well known for.
They're just for listening to music. They're not for home theater.
Well, I've found that one to be always wrong. I don't care if it's a gunshot or a violin. Fidelity's fidelity. With the Martin Logan, you have a very large panel area, so things like explosions and pianos are life size, unlike, say, a small 5 or 6 inch mid-range in most conventional speakers.
I like to rock. Electrostatics are good only for classical and jazz.
Well, anybody that says that has never heard a Martin Logan speaker because they rock.